Hello, this is Jack from teachingeslonline.com. Now, today I'm going to talk about whether you should put podcast episodes on YouTube. Now, this is a little bit strange in a way because when we create podcast episodes, these are audio based and YouTube is a video platform. But I'm going to share some quite incredible stats from my YouTube channel when it comes to audio only videos. And I'm also going to talk about the advantages of putting a podcast on YouTube and some tips if you want to do that as well. So stick around because we're going to go through quite a lot in this video. Now, I have a podcast for English language learners, and I also have a website and YouTube channel for that audience as well. And at the moment, my podcast is about 5 months old. I have over 85,000 downloads, so it's going quite strong already. But the reason I did this, the reason I started a new podcast and to put it on podcast apps is because I tinkered around on my YouTube channel, and I have quite a large YouTube channel with 500,000 subscribers as I'm making this. And I was looking at some of my most popular videos over time. My number one video, the first one to hit 1 million views, is an audio only podcast episode, and all it has on the screen is the thumbnail. So as you watch it on YouTube, there's no video, it's just an image and audio. And it just blew me away because I was thinking, are people using this platform just to listen to things? And I know there's the premium service, the YouTube Premium, where you can have background play. I use it, I love it. And you can just basically turn your phone off and still listen. But not a lot of people are using that service when they're watching the podcast episode. So I started to create some more podcast episodes, and they were some of my best performing videos. I'll put the stats of another one on screen for you so you can see that. And again, it just really surprised me. And that's what made me start making podcast episodes and creating the new podcast for Apple Podcasts and everywhere else. And now I try to strike a balance, or there's a little bit of a balancing act I have here, because sometimes I create exclusive audio content for the podcast. Sometimes I create exclusive videos for the YouTube channel, and at other times I just put both up there. For example, my wife and I did a conversational lesson where we talk in English, and learners love this. So we put the audio on the podcast and we put the video on our YouTube channel, and both of those platforms are doing really well. So my advice is, if you have a podcast at the moment and you're not putting these episodes on YouTube, then try it. If you already have a large YouTube channel, then this is going to be really beneficial as well. But even if you don't, think about starting a new channel and just putting those podcast episodes up there. We'll talk about some tips and how you can do this in a second. But first, know that YouTube is the second largest or the second most used search engine in the world. So people are using YouTube to look for content, and also they're finding content when they're just browsing on the home screen. So your podcast episodes might get recommended to people. And also, one of the biggest benefits is that YouTube is better for this evergreen content. So that podcast episode I made, I think it was in 2016, maybe 2017. And again, it's had over 1 million views. It's getting roughly, I think, 3,000 views a day, maybe 1,500 to 3,000 views a day still. And that just continues and continues and continues. So people who are on YouTube are finding me in those numbers every day because generally they're new users. They're subscribing to the YouTube channel, they're going through my email list, and they're doing all the things that I want them to do. Now, I have tinkered around as well with the type of content that I'm creating on YouTube when it comes to the episode. What I mean by that is sometimes I'm just doing the image. Again, so it's just an image and people listening to the episode. But also sometimes I do it where I'm on screen. So I'm on screen, it's a podcast episode, but I'm here. Or the conversation my wife and I had, which is not really a podcast episode, that's more a video that we've taken to put on the podcast. I hope you're not getting too confused here. But if you do have a podcast and you just want to sit there with a microphone and not turn on your video camera, you've got 2 or 3 options. You can just put an image on screen, or you can put some stock footage on screen. You can put things like subtitles on there as well. That's another big benefit of using YouTube to host your podcast episode because people like to have those subtitles depending on your niche. But yeah, you can have on-screen effects where, for example, you have an image and some text and bullet points that come through if you're explaining something, so it's a little bit more dynamic. But what I recommend is just to have a play around with it, and definitely consider putting your episodes on YouTube, because this has been fantastic for me when I've just tinkered around with it in the past. But again, it's something to try. It might not work in your niche as well, but just try it, especially if you already have a YouTube channel. Okay, if you found this useful, then please like and share it. And also, if you want to learn more about email marketing, I have a course for you. And the link to that is in the description. It's a 5-day challenge where you can go through the course for free within 5 days. And if you want to purchase this and also get some more bonus materials, there's an option for that as well. But if you just want to go through the course initially, it's free to do so. Okay, so the link to that is in the description. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.